Okay, did you get the link for this though?
Okay. Now we have to wait. Yeah.
My phone's 100% charged too, so we can also go live on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube just doesn't
fuck with
want us to go live.
Should we just go live on both our Instas like last time?
Okay, 5 people. Is it still blurry? They said it's good.
It's good. Okay.
Okay, let me get you the link. One second, guys. We got to get the link out to everyone else. Sorry.
Hi, guys. I was going to do a face, but I just couldn't be bothered.
Can't be. I'm like full face and you're... I feel like we're never like on the same face.
We never are.
Yeah. Somebody's always done up. The other one is...
It's either you are full glam and I'm not, or I'm full glam and you're not.
One of us always looks like a hooker. And the other one looks like...
It's balance.
Chilling.
I feel like couldn't be bothered today. Couldn't be bothered.
She doesn't need it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Share. Ugh. Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, just let us get the link out and then we'll get started. We don't even really know what we're doing because it's like different than Instagram Live, and yeah, we don't have our like normal notes, and so hopefully you guys like are interactive with us like on Instagram.
Okay. Repost this. There we go. There's the link. Sometimes I feel like I'm technologically illiterate. I do.
Well, obviously we can't even go live on YouTube.
I spend so much time on my phone and then I'm like, wait, how do I get to my settings? Always. Okay.
Somebody asked, are we going to put our show on Spotify? Maybe one day. We feel like we need to get in the groove right first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not even.
Okay, so should I do it live on my phone too?
Are we going to go live on Instagram too?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So put it here. It'll sit here.
But then we can't see the chat.
Oh.
Oops. Can't go there.
Well, maybe it can go on this side of the screen.
Yeah, it can go on this side. Right in the middle?
Yeah. Well, no. Maybe if we...
I know.
I'll sit back. It's better if I sit back. There we go. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. Okay. Look at my boxers. I have boxers on.
But you're not. We're not live.
Oh. Press button.
Hold on. How do I do it?
Just press the circle.
This?
Yeah. Oh, it's on video, not live.
Oh my god. You are not technologically advanced.
I told you. Oh, it was on live. I'm not sure why it didn't. It just didn't work. This lighting is good though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As long as it's not live.
Now my Instagram is not letting me click the live button. We're not going to be great tonight, guys. Okay.
We're going to figure this out just like we did last week. See, we can't be going on Spotify. We're not ready for that. Can't even get
We're not ready
YouTube and Instagram right.
I don't know what the hell am I even doing. All right. This is live now. Shall we?
Turn the middle?
Yeah.
No, you can see.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Cozy up to next to the charcuterie board. Yeah,
okay, guys. So now that we got some ideas about ourselves, this episode we're going to be talking about sex after kids, after marriage, after being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Getting older. All those things.
Older. Yeah.
Usually all those things go hand in hand, so it's like.
We are drinking wine with ice.
Yeah. Moscato with ice.
Because we're classy, duh.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a charcuterie board. If I lift it, I might shift it.
I showed some of them earlier. I feel like you need to get closer. Can we put the charcuterie board
On the floor?
We can't put it on our stool. It's too high. Oh, you have. Never mind. We can put it on the floor for easy access. Give them a flash of it here. People on. Look at this.
I want to see. It's so cute.
Ashley made it.
Careful. Careful.
I'm gonna lose a cracker. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay. Somebody needs to keep track of one of the comments. Somebody keep track of the other comments.
Okay, so I'll keep track. You keep track of Instagram comments.
Okay. Whoever has better eyes.
I don't even have good eyes. I'm like an old lady.
Aww.
Oh, sorry, your power's out in Texas.
I know. I've been hearing the weather's like crazy out there, like snowing and stuff, in places like where it doesn't normally snow.
All right. So let's get into the shit. Let's get into the shit.
I feel so weird because we filmed about this before, so now I'm like,
we did, and we lost our footage, so fuck it. We're gonna wing it now.
Now. Okay, let's just start with our story. I feel like that is a good way. Okay, so, and you guys throw some stuff out there if you guys have any stories similar. Excuse me.
My little Instagram reminder.
So sex after kids. I think we asked like a poll, and it was like, has your kids like ever walked in on you
having sex?
So one of my children, who shall not be named,
Voldemort,
came in like it was the middle of the night, she was already, we thought everybody was asleep, and we're doing our thing, boobs flapping everywhere, it's going down. Now,
not boobs flapping everywhere.
Well, not hers, mine. Yours wouldn't do that. So mine are going everywhere, and luckily, like, my room, the way it's set up, it's like there's a hallway-ish, so when you open the door you can't see our bed like for quite a few steps. So I hear and I like did a backflip off of him. I landed under the covers. We're both like this, and my daughter comes around the corner, pinks her head, and she's just like, "Hey guys, just wanted to tell you I love you. Bye." Turns around and leaves, and I'm just like,
throw a pillow, get the fuck out.
I was just like, what? Like, oh my god, it's like 1 a.m. Like, and usually if she comes in, she wants to sleep with us, but no, she literally just said that, turned around, and left and closed the door, and I was just like, I don't even want to do this anymore. No, I just want to.
I was like, turn on Family Guy.
Yeah, put on Family Guy.
Now it's awkward.
Enough's enough.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have a story similar.
I'm trying to read these.
So, boom, we're banging it out, right? The story starts like that. Banging it out, doggy style. Not under the covers.
Not a cover in sight.
Not a cover in sight. And the TV's on. So, and our TV is huge. Our TV is like 70 inches or whatever. So it lights up our whole room. Like, if we don't have our light on, the TV's big enough to light up the whole room. So we're just boom, boom. I don't even hear the damn door. All I hear is, somebody, I'm thirsty. I turn around. She's at the door with her hands like this. Think about, somebody, I'm thirsty. What? What? Somebody. I could have threw the headboard at her. God. Like, what? And it's late at night, and you're like, huh?
I definitely thought she was sleeping.
Why are you even here? Where are your parents? Where are your parents?
Where are your parents? Oh my god.
So then what do? Do you stop? Do you acknowledge it?
Do you never talk about it again?
Do you hide and pretend like you don't have a child?
I don't know. I would just be glad that she wasn't like 10, Yeah. That would I've never walked in. I never walked in on my parents. Thank God. Thank God. I've heard like horror stories. I'm like, oh my God. One time I walked into the kitchen. My mom had a hickey. Ew. I was like 12. Like, I was pretty old. I'm like, they were old. They were in their late. Okay, they weren't. They were in their late 30s. But to me, like, they were old. I'm like, what the hell is she doing with a hickey on her? Right. I was like, so let alone if I would have walked in on them. Mm-mm.
Oh, someone said lock the door. Okay. The door was locked.
You always think, like, I was certain that we always lock the door.
Somebody unlocked the door in the midst of us doing what we were doing.
Oh,
Because the door was locked.
Banged the door unlocked.
It loosened the door for her to just push it open because the door was locked. It's not a joke. The door was locked.
Somebody said, "Did you get her drink?" No. Did you?
I don't know. I don't
I was
remember.
locked out after that.
I think Bar jumped up and was like, "Okay, I'll bring you some water. Go."
I'll be right there with some water. Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait,
I don't-
scooch
oh my
into
God.
the camera. There you go.
This little board, I feel like we should try and finish it. Dude, these are bomb.
Does anyone have a funny story?
I know.
Maybe we can
Over
add you
here.
and you can tell your funny story.
Yeah.
Do you like
That
these
would
are
be
the
fun.
Brookside pomegranate things that you really like?
Oh yeah, those are bomb. Never had those before. I mean, the last time.
Someone said, but how did she know to cover her eyes? I don't know.
That is impressive though.
She just did. She was just like,
She's like, something tells me I shouldn't be seeing
water,
this.
please. Like an orphan. Water, please.
Somebody, water.
Like she's never had a drink in her life. I was like flabbergasted.
We can go live with somebody on Instagram. Somebody who has a story like that.
Mm-hmm.
Request to go live.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do that on it.
Adore
YouTube.
Mia has a funny story. I have boxers on, guys, because I'm not a wench.
See, I can't be wearing nightgowns.
Let's see. Let's try to add someone. Oh,
Which one was
I don't know who to go live with. Here, this girl.
Okay.
This girl says she's got a story. Let's hear a funny story.
it? Hopefully you guys can hear it on YouTube.
Yeah, they can hear. They can't. Just can't see.
Okay.
LMAO. Somebody, I'm thirsty.
Oh,
We can't hear you,
we can't
girl.
hear you. Is your volume up?
Girl, we cannot hear you.
Can't hear a goddamn thing. Is your volume up on your phone?
My phone?
Mm-hmm. If it's not, I won't be able to hear her.
No.
It's on-
it's
it's
on my headphones. Wait.
Wait! Oh, yeah, I think you have to have her go again.
It was on my headphones. I'm sorry.
Hella annoying.
Hell of annoying.
So
Okay, I'm
annoying.
sorry. Let's try again. Everyone's like, we can hear you. Ah, sorry.
No, they can hear.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Can you send your request again? That was so damn
I don't know
stupid.
who that was.
It was some girl. I remember her
yeah,
name. But
yeah.
she has to request again. I'm sorry.
Request again. Sorry, we're annoying. See, we're not technological.
I know we're slow.
Savvy. We're gonna need to hire a tech person.
Yeah, we need somebody with a funny story. Who's got a funny story? Let's see.
Was it her?
No,
None of those look familiar.
none of them are. Maybe she was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm
Yeah.
fuck you guys,
Fuck you guys, I'm outta
fuck
here.
you guys, I'm
Them
out of
bitches.
here, fuck you guys."
Add me back. It's right here. Adore.
Okay. I see her. Wait, here
Yeah,
she
right there.
goes.
Yes.
I'm such a dummy. I'm sorry. I was like, "Girl, we can't hear you. Your
Can't
mic
hear
is
a damn
broken."
thing.
Whole time, my earphones are probably just fucking blasting.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it was my fault.
I
Sorry.
really love you. I love you, period. I would let
Oh,
you know that right
Thank
now.
you. Thank you for
But
joining.
let me tell y'all, okay, it was this, I'm 18 by the way. So I'm gonna tell y'all the story when I got caught with my first love by my stepmother.
Oh, this gonna be juicy because stepmom was
Yes,
already
yeah.
acting a fool.
So y'all, we was smoking or whatever. Okay. We started doing it, but I thought he had locked the door or whatever, but he never locked the door. So we doing it, we doing it.
We doing it.
Understand? We're doing it. She calls my name and walks in the door. He jumps up with his stuff out everywhere, looking so slow. And just jumping like, what I'm supposed to do, like that.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
pull
You
your
are
pants
18.
up.
First of all, put your dick away.
Pull your hands up.
So
Number
then he
one.
tried to jump. Look, so then he tried to jump out the window. I'm like, she already seen you. Go out the door. Like, go out the door. Okay, let me tell y'all. When my daddy got home, oh my gosh.
Oh man, we're too old for this. It's giving me anxiety.
Right. I'm ready to whip your ass.
Oh my gosh. Like, y'all, he like literally.
Oh my God.
He went crazy.
He said,
It
I'm
went
ready to
so
whip your
crazy, y'all.
Okay, so what did you learn from that?
For one, I learned to not sneak nobody in the house no more.
Hello.
Correct.
And then for two, to lock the door.
Period. That's the main
That's
point.
rule number one. Triple
Make sure the
check.
door locked next time.
I can't be mad
Lock
because
the
I
door.
got pregnant at 19, but I'm just gonna say, lock that door. Sis. Lock that door.
I didn't have no kids yet, and I'm 18 with no kids. Period.
Okay, but are you 18 going to school? Period.
Yes, ma'am. I got a job too. I work at City Year.
That's what I like to hear.
Job and
sis.
school.
Okay, well we're gonna pay for your lunch. So DM me and we're gonna send you some money for you to cover your lunch for next time you have your shift. Okay, babe?
Okay, thank you, love.
Thanks, babe.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Damn.
Is there any over
She said her daddy knew.
You said I'm ready.
Okay, let me tell you how. Okay, wait. I have a story. Before I got pregnant in this house, this is how it happened. So I used to sneak bar in all the time. So when I used to sneak bar in all the time, right? Okay, and my house, I don't know, my house was kind of big. Like my house was 3 floors.
Your grandparents.
Yeah, my grandparents' house. So the entrance was on the 2nd floor, and we also had windows that were hella big. Now the windows didn't set off the alarm, but if I opened the door, but the windows were like you could just walk through the window because that's how big the window was.
Yeah.
So when my grandparents would go to sleep, okay, and their room was right here, and the only thing that separated us 2 rooms was my bathroom. So I'm bold as fuck, and my door doesn't lock. I'm banking on the fact that my grandparents they always knock. No, they just always knock. So I never have to lock my door because they always knock no matter what. Okay, so but usually my dad's not there.
Right.
So I snuck bar in, right? We must have fell asleep having sex because we were both butt ass naked. Next thing I know, my dad walks in. It's like 6 a.m. My dad walks in. He's like, "Hey, you want to come?"
He was gonna.
Who's in your bed?
Tell you
Here's me. No one. My dad literally said verbatim. He said verbatim, "I can see his feet." Oh my God! Bar jumped up, dick out. I jumped up with the sheet, right? So of course my dad's like, "You little nigga," like trying to fucking murder him. Oh my God!
But, yeah.
So that's how my dad met Bar. That's how pretty much.
Know him?
That's how pretty much everybody in my family met Bar. Cause then my grandparents were massive, and they called my mom. My mom drove all the way over there to like peep the scene. Oh so God. That's how everybody. So fucking embarrassing. That's how everybody like.
You might as well just stood for breakfast at that point.
Oh, it was despicable.
You poor thing. I don't have a story like that. Thank God.
God.
Thank Jesus.
Yeah, it was terrible.
She said, I looked out my window one summer night when I was 8 and my mom was on top of my step.
Ooh.
8?
That's scarring you for the rest of your life.
She still remembers it now.
He's like,
how old are you now? How long has it been?
Who's got a story? Who's got another story? Let's ask someone else.
Yeah.
I'll be scared to add people because next thing you know, someone's going to pop up with their balls on the screen.
Dick on the screen.
You guys have to request. I don't want no creepers here.
How do you weed out the creepers?
I don't know. You can't.
How do you know?
You can't.
You're just taking the risk.
You just take a chance with your life. Okay, I'm going to add this person.
Which one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey! Hi!
Oh my God, I am such a huge fan of yours. Hi, Ashley.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're super.
You're so pretty. So my story is kind of like the other girl you just spoke to. It was with my first baby dad, and I was actually living with him. And he was like my first, like, I guess you could say, like, real, like, live-in boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And his mom came in because she was cooking dinner. And she literally, like, walked in on us in, like, mid-position.
What'd she say? What'd she do?
She didn't say nothing. She just walked in. She opened the door. And she was just like, dinner's ready. Like, closed the door because I was like, dinner's on the table. Top of ill.
She might have been more scarred than y'all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
she might have been like, I just came in here to tell y'all the chicken is done.
Better mom than
Yeah,
dad,
like
though.
girl, like I was like on top of hill, so I was
God,
like
that's so
straddling hill, but I was facing the door, so she was seeing it. All she saw was me, but she saw his back, and she was just like, dinner's ready. She closed the door.
Ooh.
Dude, people be getting caught up.
But at least some parents are nice.
Yeah.
Some parents
Not
are nice
dads.
about
Dads
it.
usually.
Dads, no, dads are not nice.
Your dad
I
didn't
think
seem that
he was
bad.
kind of used to it, but then I ended up finding out I was pregnant with my daughter like a couple of months later. So
Okay,
it was fine.
so she
She's
probably
actually right
she
here.
probably done
Look,
seen
she's
it all
right here.
before.
Let's
Oh, hi!
Oh my god.
You're so
You
cute.
know, say hi.
What's your name?
Kalani.
Kalani, you're so cute. Making me want a baby. Almost, not quite. Not there.
Almost. Holly is so cute. She is so cute.
And she's enough. She's
So you
just
don't want
great.
another baby?
No, I don't want another baby.
But when you see one, though, it's just
Hi, bless your heart, sweet girl. She's cute.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks
Ash,
for joining and sharing your
And that
story.
little cheesecake thing, I get those from Sam's Club all the time. They're
Where
so
are these
good.
from?
I got mine from Target. Yep. They're bomb.
So good.
They're bomb. Just
That's
enough.
They're so good.
Okay. Good night, babe. Thanks for joining.
Good night. Thank you so much.
That little baby is so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Making me want a baby. Not quite.
Nope. I got.
Sometimes I see cute babies and I'm like, oh, I want a baby. Okay, someone said, oh my God, my ex's mom walked in the bathroom when we were in the shower and she opened up the shower curtain. Like, why didn't she just walk out? She wanted to see it. She was like, I need to make sure I'm hearing what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
Oh my god, that's horrible, dude. One time, so me and my husband, when we were first together, we had like a long distance relationship. We were in the military, so when we'd like see each other, you know, on the hotels, it would be like crazy,
Cracking,
right? Yeah,
right.
like cracking all weekend. So one time we were doing the shower, which I don't. That's not even really my thing. But back then, you know, but shit's like
Shower
slapping.
sex is overrated.
It is, but it was loud, okay. And then we hear like right after we hear these fucking maids outside of our hallway like talking about us. Did y'all ever fucking? Yeah, they were just like they had like Mexican accents. I'm Mexican, whatever. They had like accents, and they were like it was
Mexican, whatever.
They were like.
And their little accents, like,
you were so loud. I was like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god, Lupita knows. She
you
fucking
know it's
heard
bad
us,
when
dude.
the maids are talking about you because the maids hear and they see. Oh my god.
Dude.
So this past weekend we were in Napa, and we're just chilling. I'm just chilling in the living room. I fucking hear the neighbors. Seems like it rain, right? And it's like 11 o'clock at night, right? So I turn the TV up because I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna be because like there was a time when like Bart and I were banging in a hotel and like the person was like banging back on the
Oh
wall,
my God,
like
yeah.
shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
and then like told the front desk. But I'm not gonna be that person because it's B-Day, so we all came here to do the same
Right,
shit.
we're all here for the same reason.
Girl, when I tell you I turned that TV up, she turned her music up. I said, turn the TV up. She turned her music up. I said, I was like, okay, bitch. I understand that it's Valentine's Day night, but these walls are paper
No, the
thin.
TV don't go no louder.
Please, don't. I don't want to hear it all night. Like, I
Do you
don't.
think that hotels would have like better insulation? Like
Girl.
that they know, like that's what people are there for. Like,
Girl,
come on now.
you know what we came to do.
Let me tell you another story. Hotel. I don't know why. I mean, we haven't stayed in a hotel.
I caught my grandparents doing it. Oh my god!
Oh my god, I was 13. Is that a go?
I know you need
She
therapy.
was 13.
I
Yeah,
know you
that's
need therapy.
Fucking horrible. Oh my god. My grandparents didn't even like.
They didn't even do it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they did, but like, I never even saw them like being
Then you see
affectionate.
some
Really.
people and you're like, they have kids. They definitely
How?
fucked.
But how?
Or you see some people and you're like, damn, she definitely let him nut in her. Like, wow.
That really
they're
happened.
freaky.
That
They don't
really-
look freaky, but they're freaky.
that really went down.
You know which people don't use condoms. What happened? Were you reading comments?
Yeah. I assume she was asking you.
If I still live with my mom? Hell yeah. You know,
Yeah, every day. All day.
all day.
I never
Okay,
lived
wait.
with my
What
mom.
was your story? You had a story.
Oh, so this was our honeymoon night. We stayed in some basic ass hotel, We were broke at the time. But anyway, so we do what you do at fucking 23, right, when you get married. It was crazy. It was one of those crazy nights. And we woke up in the morning and we see a note slipped, like with a little hotel notepad that you get.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, "You guys were so hot last night." In like some dude's writing. I mean, if it was a girl's writing, that would be insane. It was like super sloppy. And I was just I was like proud and also like grossed out. So I'm like, I imagine like
if I wanted to be a porn star, I could entertain you.
Yeah.
But
especially,
also, you should never have said that.
I was just like, oh my God. Like I just imagined, it instantly went to like, he's like old and creepy and weird. And he was listening to us the whole time. And like, I don't know what he was doing, but we tried to keep that note for as long as we could.
That reminds me of that movie where like this guy runs a hotel for couples and like he drills like cameras and like holes in the wall.
What movie is that?
I don't know. It's like, but he's like in his office. He has like all these cameras set up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. If anybody knows,
it's like surveillance or something. It's so weird.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like one of those weird ass movies.
It was like a thriller.
Creepy. I don't remember. I think like the whole movie is literally about this guy that owns a fucking motel and he literally spies on everybody. Okay, someone said, "Have you ever caught anyone having sex?"
I have on the ship in the Navy. People have.
Mm-hmm.
You go on like things and you walk in.
Sex. I don't think so.
Time.
Like, you know, when you're younger, like, I don't know, like, you ever been to a party where like there's rooms designated for sex? And you just know, like, if they're going back there, it's like like the fuck room.
It didn't.
Oh, 13 cameras.
Yeah, that it?
13 cameras. Yeah. I don't think I've ever caught anybody having sex. Have I? I don't think so.
Vacancy, dude. Vacancy is a crazy ass movie.
What is that about?
It's like another hotel movie, but this is like a horror movie.
No.
It's kind of, well, it's not exactly, but it's kind of similar. Yeah, 13 or 14 cameras.
Okay, so here's what I say about this topic because we're off topic. I'm gonna veer us back.
Steer us back in.
Steer us back, yeah. I feel like after you have a kid, guys don't. I don't think guys really get it, but I feel like for me, it was like I just had another human in my body. I don't want you in here. Like I feel fat and like not
whole
sexy.
body's different.
My whole body is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, and then I'm tired. Like I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
I feel like after you I feel like you really have to like schedule sex.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like a week goes by, no sex, and I'm like, damn, we had sex all week.
Yeah, what we been doing?
Sleep, shit, living life. And then you're like, okay, next Tuesday, 6:00, meet me here.
Yeah, meet me in the room.
I'll be here.
And then Tuesday comes, it's 5:30. You're like, oh, I don't know.
Do we have to? Can we reschedule? Take a rain check? Yeah, I don't think guys really comprehend all of that. And also, like, I feel like guys, we talked about this last episode, guys want to push start as opposed to like,
like you gotta really,
yeah. And that's another thing, like, don't just roll over and start rubbing my leg and be like, oh yeah, no. I know what you're here for. You're here for nothing else.
Yeah.
You're
absolutely
trouble.
Nothing.
You're starting trouble.
And it's even harder. Like, I feel like you can do that before kids easier, like when you're both just like want to, bang it out all the time. But like after, like how you said, where you're like, I don't even feel sexy, so like it's definitely not a push to start.
Yeah.
Like it was before. Like you really have to make me feel some type of way.
Okay, I remember like I used to always have sex with my shirt on because after I had kids, my boobs were like deflated. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, but like before, I always wanted to have sex with my shirt on because. Yeah. But but to them, it's like, well, you look fine. Like you're tripping. Like you're tripping. But it's like you don't understand. I had perky tits now. I have
really nice ones.
Like you have to understand that in like my head, it's like a big thing, and they don't get it. It's just and it's strange.
And then like you get comfortable with your body, right? You like get to a place where you're like, okay, whatever. This is what it is. Like the stretch marks, the cellulite, all the shit I didn't have before, the extra 20, 30 pounds, whatever. And then it's like by that point, your kids are probably like toddlers, so then you're exhausted. Like now it's not even the
running
image
around
thing.
with
It's
them
like
all day. It's like I don't even want to have
toddler
sex
all day, and then you're like, dude, all I want to do is like sit down and watch my show on Netflix with nobody bother me. So as soon as the kids go to sleep, they think it's time to go. But all you want to do is sit there and watch like some fucking
Relax.
investigation discovery
Mhm.
and chill. Like I don't even want you to
And
touch
like
me.
turn your brain off.
Like you have to. They don't. Well, I mean, it depends on like obviously your situation, but especially like stay-at-home moms and stuff who've just like really with their kid all day long. And the dads usually come home from work or whatever, doing whatever they're doing, and they're just like, "Let's go," and you're just like,
They don't get it.
"No,
You know what I hate when I get in the shower? He comes.
dude, can I come in?" Absolutely
No.
not. I'm in the middle of shaving my legs. Like
Why
I don't
the
want
fuck are
nothing
you
to do with
here?
you.
I'm trying to save my cooch. One leg
You're like
up, one
fucking-
leg down.
You always have to put one leg. Spread the
Yeah,
shit.
you know,
Yeah.
you're all fucking.
I want
trying
nothing to do with that, dude.
And also, I don't like shower sex. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
friction.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't
either.
like it. It's
Well, somebody's
overrated.
always cold because somebody's under the water. The other person
Also,
ain't.
don't act like you don't know I'm a black girl, honey. Whose hair is getting wet? Not mine. You're not gonna have my head under that motherfucking shower running like that.
Hell no.
No, you're not. That's what you're not going to do. So, you put your head under the water, you drown while we fucking in the shower.
Somebody said it's a stress relief, though. It is, but it's like that middle stage of getting you there. Because like once you get going, you're like, oh, this is fucking.
Maybe I
awesome.
wanna do
love.
this.
Yeah, I do love having sex, but
Yeah.
it's like they don't realize that takes like way more time and energy than it does for them to just like get up, get hard, ready to go. Yeah, they get like one thought, they're hard, they're ready to go.
One
That's
rub.
not how. Yeah, one tickle and they're good.
She said, put a shot of cum. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
Y'all can't risk it.
Mm-mm.
Somebody said chocolate is stress relief too.
Hello.
Yeah, seriously.
So was
Don't need it.
Snapped, First 48, all that shit's just leave. I love to sit back and
Yeah.
watch that.
I just
all
want to watch
day.
Intervention.
Guys don't get it.
I know.
Guys don't get it.
Mm-mm. I
And
don't care about watching a show.
I think also
They wanna
it's a
eat and
thing
have
of
sex.
like, I don't know. You're right. Like after getting your kid into bed, being with your kid all day. Now
as
it's
soon as that
COVID.
for 2
The
minutes of
kids
quiet,
aren't
you're
even
like,
in school. The kids aren't even, the kids aren't even doing shit that they normally do. So you're with your kid pretty much all day. But even before then, like running around after your kid, and then you finally get them into bed after they get out of bed and ask for water for the 15th fucking time. You know they're not thirsty. You've given them their 15th sip of water, and now
Yeah.
you're just fucking.
You're not thirsty. For real.
You're just done. You're
Yeah.
just done.
I agree.
That's how it was for me. But now that she's older, I feel like it took for a while for me to get my sex drive back. Did you have your sex drive? Were you horny when you were pregnant?
I was, yeah. I was pretty much this. I felt, well, we didn't do it quite as much as we did before, but yeah, I never felt like, up until like I was like big, like I was humongous, like 37 weeks or something, I could
Mhm.
barely move. Then no, not really, but it was fine. But after that 6 weeks, he was like, he had a timer on his phone, like ready for us. It's been 6 weeks, we're ready to go. And I'm just like, ugh.
But somebody just mentioned if you have birth naturally, then you might tear.
Yeah, I didn't tear at all with any of it.
I had a C-section, so I literally couldn't fuck. I literally could barely even stand up. They don't think about that either.
Yeah, no.
Like they just literally cut a baby out of me.
Like I can't be doing these extracurricular activities.
I can't even think about sex. Like I literally.
How
would
is
cut
it?
your
Is it
dick off.
different with a C-section? Because like when you have them naturally, you have to wait 6 weeks. Is like what they tell you to wait. What do they tell you?
Well,
Is it
basically,
different?
I just had to. So my cooch was fine.
Right.
I just had to wait for like the healing of the stitches in
you
my
can't be
stomach.
like on top of you just
Yeah.
banging against shit when it's like healing.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, like me straining, it could have popped.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's
So
different.
yeah, and then I was scared about that. And then you know what? No one talks about how your vagina changes once you have a baby.
Dude, I pushed out 3 big ass heads. Like,
Let's be real.
luckily I didn't tear at all, but I know girls who, people have tear like from their badge to their butt.
From the rooter to the tutor.
From the rooter to the tutor.
From the rooter
Like,
to
oh
the
my
tutor.
God. And then dude just at 6 week is like ready to go. You're just like, do you know what? You saw what went down here.
Mm-hmm.
Nick saw everything with Arya. He didn't see everything with the twins because it was a little bit different. We were like in an OR, so he couldn't like be over there.
Right.
But he saw I'm like, I don't even know why you want to go down there. That's nasty. I mean, I didn't see what was going on down there, but I can imagine it didn't look like what he was used to.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then you have kids running around, you have to exert the energy, you have to make the effort. And then
Yeah,
I also think that we just like when I said there's times we don't have sex, I think we just get caught up in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just run around doing shit all day and I don't think about sex.
Yeah. And by the time you slow down, you're like, I just want to chill.
Yeah.
So I'm not really thinking
It's
about
been
that
a while.
either.
So I think that like if you're lacking in that area, you have to like literally make a conscious effort and like plan a date, plan sexy time, like literally plan a time for you guys to have a dinner, to like set it all up,
to where you can
make
like,
it a special thing. Because honestly, I'm not young. I mean, I'm young, but I guess I ain't as young as I used to. I used to bang 6 times a day. Well, you ain't getting this shit 6 times a day, nigga. You better subtract 4, subtract 1, and be okay with that too. Maybe 1.5 times a day. You've had sex 1.5 times a day where you don't let he does. You just like, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That too. They don't talk about that. You ever just like take one for the team? I call it taking one for the team.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to have sex and they're just bugging you.
So you're like, let me just get this done.
Let me just roll over.
Let me do what I need to do real quick.
And you just like, it's like,
and you know what to do.
Yeah.
To make him.
Yeah. You know what positions just make it go quick.
I know. It's gonna make
this get this the fuck over with, because this is.
I mean, usually when I have that in my head, I usually end up getting into it. You know.
Yeah.
I go into it thinking just that I'm gonna do that, and then sometimes it's like, oh god.
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted this.
Yeah, maybe I did.
But sometimes I'm just like, just go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just
go.
Down.
Finish up quickly.
Just go.
Hurry
I'm
up.
laying there watching an IG channel.
Yeah. Go. Hurry up.
No.
For real. Because they just like, it's just, our needs are so different. Like, theirs are just, for the most part, and it's not like everything, but like, with that, it's like a physical thing. With us, it's more of like an emotional thing. So if we're not there, like up here, it's hard.
Right.
And also, another thing that we should talk about is like postpartum depression and how that takes over. So that really like just makes it like, and that can go on for a long
time. Even if you don't know, because I feel like I didn't know I had postpartum, but like looking back, I definitely think I did.
You're like looking at all the signs on WebMD and you're like, check. Yeah.
I definitely think I had a little, but like, how could you not?
Yeah. You're like
your body changes. You have to stop. I mean, like for a guy, they don't really have to do, like for 9 months, they don't have really as much responsibility. As soon as you know you're pregnant, if you're any type of bitch that's any type of real bitch, you're going to stop drinking, stop smoking, really stop going out partying like that. Like once you know you're pregnant,
you're already
like,
thinking about being
if you're like any good type of woman, any good type of mother, you're going to stop. You're going to slow down and do what is necessary for you to have a good pregnancy and, take care of that baby.
Yeah.
But the guys, they still go hang with their friends, drink until 3 a.m. They come home when they want. They don't have to stop their life until that baby comes out.
Right.
So I don't think that it affects them as much. But I feel like it's all a big clusterfuck of it, and I feel like it's not necessarily always. It's like prepartum depression.
Yeah,
too,
you're already
because
like before.
You have to think when you're pregnant and you're watching like for me when I was pregnant, it was the summer, which I fucking hated. And Bar was still going out, and so that built resentment. Every single time he would go and have fun with his friends, it made me angry.
Right.
Because it's not like I don't want you to have a good time, but it's like I can't even have a good time if I wanted to.
I'm hot, sweaty, fat.
Yeah, I don't even fit in anything. None of my fucking pants even fit me right. And you're going out hanging with your friends. You're not fucking miserable with me. So like that breeds bitterness. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe if like for me, I was a weed smoker, I had to like stop smoking. I wasn't a cigarette smoker or a drinker, but like I had to stop. I was a partier. I had to stop fucking partying. Like I had to separate myself from that all the while he was kind of still doing his thing.
Yeah. And
so that kind of made me depressed before the baby even got there.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the fact that when I like, people might write me off for this, but everyone feels like when you have your kid, you just all of a sudden have this like connection that's just like so strong. Like it took me a second.
It's hard.
Not when she came out, I was like, ew. But like when she came out, it just took me a second to like, people were like, well, how do you feel now that you're a mom? I couldn't answer that.
I'm fucking overwhelmed. That's
like I didn't. It took a second for me. Like, this is my baby. It's like it didn't.
Like my responsibility forever.
Yeah.
Not even just 18 years. Like
it
forever.
Didn't hit me as soon as she came out, and so then that was because I'm looking around like, where the fuck is this baby's parents? I'm the parent. Like, what did I get myself into? Like,
Mhm.
and then every little fight that Bar and I had, it was like, you know, we weren't in a position to where we were like, I mean, I guess no one really ever is. Babies, marriage doesn't keep a baby, but
Yeah.
it was just like when we would fight, it would be like, I had this whole dream of how I wanted my life to go. So then I was kind of bitter with him that he wasn't helping provide that or do that. And so that made me kind of bitter. And so then that led to some depression, So I
It's
think
like everything.
the whole, I don't think it starts after you have your baby.
Yeah.
I think that
Agree.
it's like a whole build up. If you don't talk about how you're feeling and honestly going into the pregnancy, it's like a thing that just kind of carries.
Mhm.
And then it tips off when you have this newborn that's crying, you can't get them to sleep, and you're overwhelmed and you're depressed.
And I think it goes like well into them being like toddlers, and even like I just feel like you have to get through that, like, because I think when you, let's say before you have kids, right, you're like, you have all these ideas, you're like, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna start this business, and then it's like your whole life becomes I'm their mom. Like I have to do everything, every single thing about them from when I wake up to when I go to sleep is about
sex. Them. Like sometimes I'm mom and I have to step out and be like Ashley.
Yeah.
Like I told Bar, I was like, I would wear a graphic tee and some fucking mom jeans every day. But inside of myself, I want to wear like,
the little cute outfits.
I want to do all that. But it's like, I don't know. I just sometimes feel lost in mom. I do. Mm-hmm. I still feel that way sometimes. Like sometimes I don't know how to like, or in my own head, I'm trapped with like my own idea of what a mom should be. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, moms wouldn't wear that. Like a good mom wouldn't wear that. Not that even matters. Like that doesn't even. The two things don't relate. Like, still like, but it's still because there's a stereotype, and then it's like there's just so much.
Or you get guilt for like, oh, I'm gonna do something for me, and then it's like, oh, now people looking at you, but don't you? Where's your fucking kids at? I'm like, they're taken care of. Like, you want to go out for a weekend or something, and then people are like, oh, well, where's your kids at?
Right.
Oh, with their grand. I'm like,
and then you lose who you are in mom,
and you have to. I think
that's so true.
Her, and she might be not who you thought she was gonna be, but you have to like go through that little roller coaster.
That's why I literally started buying shit and out of my comfort zone. Like I just started buying stuff out of my comfort zone because I feel like if I just get in it and if I just push myself, then I might feel better. But if I just always am afraid to put it on because of how I think in my head, then I would never get out.
Never put it. Yeah,
I'll never put it on. That's why I have all that shit in my closet.
Yeah,
that's half brand new because it's. For
you're
me,
like, what do I need to do? But you'll talk yourself out of it.
I will.
Like try it on.
Even like, makeup. Like, I don't need to put on. But it makes me feel. I like when I have my makeup and my brows and my foundation. Like I like that. But then sometimes I'm just like, who cares?
And like I just think that's why a lot of people have problems after they have kids with like their significant others, because you're going through all that and they like just they're not going through that. Like, I mean, they're like, getting used to like being a dad and having to provide for another human. And I'm like, I get that. But it's just not quite the same. They didn't like carry the kid for 9 months and have to deal with all the changes that you went through. And,
I don't think they get it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I also think that they don't. Bar was kind of like knowledgeable about this, but a lot of guys don't know postpartum depression.
Mm-hmm.
And
they just think you're like being like you're bitching, like.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't see it as something serious.
Yeah, I know. It really is.
I think because it's like, I think people can perceive it as lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just don't want to get up and take care of that baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think over the last few years it's become really known.
Yeah. But people are more understanding.
When you had your kids, Arya's 5.
Yeah.
So 5 years ago, was that a big topic?
I mean,
now it's everywhere.
It depends, I think, on your family too. Like a lot of families don't talk about shit like that. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm depressed and I'm going to counseling, and they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Like you have a fucking roof over your head, you have like everything taken care of. What the fuck are you depressed about? And it's just like, so mostly people like that you don't even say anything. So you convince yourself that you're fine, and then you have problems later because you suppressed all that stuff.
Right.
But I'm like, I go to counseling, like, well, now I go like once a month. And I love it. Like I for a while we did it weekly, and I thought it was great. Not me, and I would like to do it with Nick actually.
Yeah.
Just to like, and we don't have like problems, but it's like I would love to just like be able to talk about stuff like this, like communication and parenting and everything with like somebody else that like doesn't know us and is just like a third party,
unbiased party,
an unbiased party. Yeah.
Because I think that it's like, bless their heart, but I just think they don't know. I just think they don't know, and especially in the Black community. If you say it's very like taboo.
Yeah.
You need a therapist, girl, go to church. That's a damn demon, honey. You don't need you're
fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Go to church. It's like, it's just weird. And I think also because I just think it's a lot. But for where I come from, my grandfather was a psychology professor.
Yeah,
so he was very like, how do you feel?
Yeah. How do you feel about
Thankfully. But in some other families, especially in this community, it's not easy to say you're depressed, especially when you have a baby. For me, I feel like that's why I was just going and going and going. Because I feel like I was a young mom, so I had something to prove. But not only was I a young mom, I was a Black young mom. So now it's like,
and on TV.
So know how they talk about me bad. Like, especially I feel like there's a little bit of a stigma. I'm not gonna get into that, but I feel like, it's tough. Yeah. And I was big as a fucking house going to school every day. I didn't stop going to school until I was 8 months pregnant.
And then you finish, and then they talk to you about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true.
Postpartum is really no joke. I've dealt with it for a year, and it's the worst for me. I felt alone and didn't have the support, and I'm still not fully over it. My daughter is too. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's hard. I know it's like, especially with people who you can't talk about it with your family, because it's like, okay, let's say you have a baby, right? Let's say you have a baby young, and you're telling your mom or whoever that you're depressed. It's like, well, you shouldn't open your legs. Like, that's your problem, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, why am I even saying anything?
That is so the response from the Black community.
Yeah.
That is so the response.
And then I think also you could, like, let's say you're older. Let's say you're grown. You have a house. You have a career and everything's good. And theoretically, it'd be the right time to have a baby. You have a baby. And then you say you're depressed. And then people look at you like, what the fuck are you so depressed about? You have everything. Like, you're so ungrateful for what you have just because you're not feeling okay. And it's like, they don't realize that it's like stuff going on that you can't control. Like on the inside, it's like hormones, all this shit raging, and people are very like judgmental.
Someone said you were a teen mom and you put yourself in the stigma.
Yeah, that's kind of shit I'm talking about. But I mean, it's not just teen mom. That's the thing. You can't really say that because there's fucking 35-year-old moms that go through the exact same thing. Like I said, like they have everything. They have homes, careers, husbands, everything you should have, and they feel exactly the same as a 19-year-old that doesn't even have their shit together. So it's not really a young mom. It's a mom thing. It's you're a whole new person, and you're trying to like digest that. Also, having to take care of. Even if you have
all the money in the world, all the support, the best husband, you can still be depressed.
Mm-hmm. And that even makes you more depressed. And I think this is what I struggle with. I felt like I was more depressed because I didn't understand why I was depressed. I'm like, but I do. I have what I need. Like, yeah, I'm so grateful. Like, why do I feel so sad or like so? You know what I mean? So anxious or whatever. And I'm like, that's why people don't talk about it because they're already questioning it themselves. Imagine other people.
Some of you are so ignorant, and it just baffles me that your moms didn't swallow you because, for you to say, oh, just don't open your legs and you won't get pregnant. Well, duh, bitch. We learned that in the 6th grade. Yeah. We learned that, but the baby is here now. We're talking about how to deal once you have a baby. That baby's here. We're past the don't open your legs.
Yeah.
We're past the abortion deadline. The baby's here. You can't do anything about it.
Like, we're not saying we want to go drop the baby off at the fire station. We're just trying to like navigate.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the problem. The problem is people like that put people down for very serious things.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And your mom should have just took you down her throat because you're a waste of a sperm.
See, somebody over here said that I was just told it was in my head with my first kid. Yeah. I've definitely heard people say stuff like that. Like, you're, like, get over it. You're fine. And you're just like, but I'm not though. Like, I know me. I know how I think and how I act. And like,
babe, I bet you my child, looking at how you type, my child probably talks better than you. I'm sure
Which
my
one?
child is more
Which
educated
one?
than you. I'm sure
I
both of
can't
our
keep
children
track.
are more
I
educated
can't
than
keep
you.
track. Hey, Joel's on here. Hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
Get him, Ash. Yes.
Anyways, back on topic. People that don't understand don't have kids.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
think that's
Agreed.
the fact of the matter. People are like, oh, don't open your legs. Bitch, let me see your kid. I don't think
Okay.
you have a kid because honestly, it's more than just, you know, oh, you opening your legs. And it's not like
we're past that.
It's not like postpartum depression is only for women who get fucked at a young age and have a kid.
Right.
It's not only for broke women. It's not only for black women. It's
Single,
not only
it's
for
not-
single moms or bitches on their second, fourth baby daddy.
Right.
It's every girl can go through it. You can be married with billions and trillions, the best husband and the best dog and the best house on the block, and still be depressed.
Right.
Because it's such a change in your life. You go from thinking about you to never thinking about you.
Right.
Yeah. Even if I'm like, let me go get some food. In my head, I can't just go get myself food knowing that she's home.
Right.
I have to get her something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even when you go on vacation, don't you think about your kids?
Yeah.
Every
time I want to go and I'm like, fuck them kids. Like, I'm out of here.
Fuck them kids.
One night, by the morning, I'm like, what do you think the kids are doing?
I gotta call my kids.
Yeah.
I miss my kids.
Yeah. Do you miss them? And even Nick will be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Are you? Yeah, I am.
Right. It's actually depression is actually a chemical thing.
Yeah. Somebody said on here like about like I had my kid early, I would never regret it, and I'm like, yeah, like being depressed, having postpartum depression does not mean that you don't want to have your kid. Doesn't mean you wish they weren't
or you
here.
don't love your kid.
Yeah, like absolutely not.
That's a
Those
strange
don't even,
misconception.
Yeah, they don't like correlate. It doesn't have. Anybody can be affected by depression. That's why superstars have committed suicide. Yes, like it don't matter how much money you have, how much fame you have, how much support you have. Even like honestly, there are some single moms that have no support and they kill it, and they feel fine, and that's amazing. And then there are some moms that have all the support in the world and money and everything, and they don't know why. Like it's not anybody's fault.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I feel like now like the kids are our kids are our youngest kids, her only kid, my youngest kids are pretty much the same age, and I feel like I'm getting over that hump, you know, now. So if your like kids are a little bit younger and you still feel like you're feeling that way, like it will get better. Just try and like focus on doing what really you want to do outside of being a mom. Like I needed to figure out what Jessica wanted to do, and she needed to figure out what Ashley wanted to do apart from, you know, our kids.
Right. And that's why I think people are like, oh, you twerking, you're a mom. It's like, yeah, that's how the fuck she got here, twerking on dick. I feel like, and that's when I kind of started to gain myself. I feel like everything that I did when I was not a mom, some things I've grown out of. You know what I'm saying? Some things you just grow out of, you don't do anymore.
Right.
But some things that I did when I wasn't a mom, I still like to do. I still like to go out, twerk, shake some ass, have some shots, you know, maybe show my titties at Mardi Gras for some beads.
Right.
Whatever. But the fact of the matter is, now I can separate the two. So I can be a mom, and then when she goes with her granny sometimes, I'm just Ashley. You know what I'm saying? But I think that people are also shamed for that. It's this conception that you have to be in mom mode every second of the day. I remember my mom and my parents putting us to bed and having their company over, playing dominoes, drinking, playing music. They never really stopped.
Yeah. No, we used to party with we didn't used to party with my parents, but we would go to family's house and the kids would be in the room watching movies and the parents would be out in the backyard playing dominoes, oldies, everything.
Yeah, and
partying, drunk as hell.
Every couple of minutes, one adult take turns.
I remember it being so much fun. Like even as a kid, like
I do.
It was fun.
I do.
Like you could still have fun.
I think that it's very, very important to still do you. Yeah. And not be shamed for it. If you want to drop them fucking kids off and take a vacation, drop them fucking kids off and take a motherfucking vacation. Yeah. Well, don't drop them off anywhere, you know, but drop them off somewhere safe and go do you. I think it's important. Also, I think it's important to do things just like take a bath, bubble bath. Yeah. You know, go get your toes done. your nails done, your brows done.
Your
Go get a
lashes.
massage.
Yeah, go
Get
buy some new
lashes.
makeup.
Yeah, go get some new, just every once in a while, because you can get so wrapped up in being a mom that you look up, toes crusty, nails crusty, hair crusty, clothes crusty, shoes got holes in them. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you done bought your kids 50 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Eight of them don't fit.
Yeah, ain't bought one.
Yeah.
For yourself while you got holes in the bottom of your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard, and it's definitely a balance. And I think when you're young, especially as young as I was, I didn't really have friends around me who had kids. And then the ones that did have kids were able to like drop their kids off and like they,
all the time.
Yeah.
And just go party every weekend.
But I felt like a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I always wanted to be, don't get me wrong. If I can drop her at her granny's and go, I will drop her at her granny's and go. But I like for her to be with me Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always big on the fact that, like, my mom didn't have a kid, I had a kid.
Yes.
So that made it tougher too, because even though I had
to support, some of those kids, I didn't want to raise them.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do that, because then the thing is, it's cool now and you can party now, but when you get older, that kid doesn't really have that connection with you because you didn't raise them. And it would kill me to see my kid calling my mom.
Yeah, or even just thinking of her more like that. Like, who are you? Like, I was
taking
her,
more,
not you.
Or feeling like she has more authority.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I don't fuck with that. So I feel like
I'm your mother.
I'm your mom, and I'm going to be the most present person in your life. You're not going to go live with anybody else or be constantly dropped off. None of that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Get the fuck out of here.
You're just a troll who's been in here the whole life. So
then get the fuck out of here.
Thanks for watching. We love you.
Yeah, we have no kids. I feel like this shit, like, nobody talks about. People think about, but it's like, yeah, taboo. You're like complaining, like, this shut the fuck up, this bitch. She's fine. Shouldn't have had kids.
Yeah, shouldn't have opened your legs.
Shouldn't have opened your fucking legs.
You have no right to be postpartumly depressed.
Yeah, no right. And it's weird because I think this happens to people too. Obviously, you only had Holly, but you might have the next kid and never feel that. You might be like, what the fuck? Hey, this went good. Like with Aria, I didn't feel none of this. Like, I was good. I was fine. Like, I never felt overwhelmed. I was like, I never felt like this. And then when I had the twins, it was like, and even then, like, I had more things to be happy about on the outside. Like, I had got out of the Navy, where I was going to school, we were getting jobs and looking at houses and all this stuff. And I was like, why am I so sad? Like, I didn't feel like this with Aria. And then I'm looking at them like, I don't want to blame you guys, Obviously, there's two of them, so it was a little harder. But you just never know, like, how it's going to affect you, if it's going to affect you at all. Like,
right.
But you definitely should not feel any shame for it. And I hope, like, you can have somebody in your life that, like, is willing to listen to you.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that is also a big idea to put. I think it's a big thing to say, like, if you have people that can help, like grandparents, that's great. Yeah. Don't, like, that's another thing.
Take the help.
Take the help.
Don't be proud.
Take the help. Because it was a blessing the times that my mom was, just bring her. Just bring her.
I got her, yeah.
When I was stressed out or emotionally fucked up or whatever, just bring her.
Yeah.
So that was a help. Because in those times where I felt, like, weak emotionally, my mom was able to step in and, like, take, or even good friends. I've dropped Holly off at your house, sometimes. So I just feel like you need the support, and it's hard when you don't have that support. And then what do you do when you don't have that
and
support?
Sometimes you don't want your kid to feel that energy. I can't speak to that
because I had that support, but I'm sure for moms who don't, it's even harder.
Yeah, definitely.
When you don't have a grandparent or
an aunt or
a baby father who's caring to be present, it's even much more.
Like, even when Nick is just like, babe, I got him, don't worry, go to the store, go to Target, you're just like, okay.
Don't think about that. Yes. Yeah, that's just that little.
Let's not shit on dads, because I feel like we've been like, poor moms. The dads are key in helping.
Yeah, I think everyone having a kid, you could think, oh, you can do it on your own, but it takes a fucking village. Yes, it really does. Because there were times when people have this misconception that I always knew I was going to be on MTV.
Yeah.
What are the fucking chances of me being like, let's get pregnant and we're gonna be on MTV.
Yeah, totally.
I did not know what the fuck I was going to do. And before MTV did anything, my mom was like, come home.
Yeah, it's
come
all right.
stay, come live. We'll do this together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the support that I needed. Because although MTV would have gave me a check, they're not gonna wake up and help me figure out why the fuck my baby's not crying. And I mean crying. They're not gonna help me change a diaper. They're not, and that's why I'm saying money doesn't. It helps, but I mean, like,
it helps take the stress.
Money does not wake up and pick up that baby in the middle of the night and swaddle that baby back to sleep. Money doesn't do it. Unless you got a nanny, well then fuck it.
Yeah, it's hard too having to go through postpartum during a pandemic. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. There's so many kids that I know, so many people that had kids last year. And I'm like, damn, you couldn't have your mom in the delivery room with you like you did with your last kid. Your man couldn't go to your appointments, couldn't go see the ultrasound, this, that, the other, couldn't hear the heartbeat. Like, on top of, once the baby comes, you couldn't have no baby shower. You couldn't have, everybody come meet the baby and a little sprinkle and like just none of that. And then you couldn't even just have your friends over. Let me have a game night and have fun because nobody can come over.
And not to mention, it wasn't safe for pregnant women to go anywhere.
Yeah, like oh my god.
So if you were pregnant during COVID, you pretty much had to quarantine just because you were so vulnerable.
Yeah, I have to say that obviously I don't know the statistics, but I just assume that postpartum depression would be higher during something like that.
I think depression altogether was higher.
Yeah, depression altogether for sure. Definitely.
It was a hard year for me, and I wasn't pregnant.
Yeah.
It was a hard year.
It was a weird one.
Just because, I wanted to put my kid in school, and she couldn't go to school.
Things that you were like certain were going to happen.
Yeah, it was just a hard year.
Life was just like, no, it's not. It's absolutely not.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hi.
I haven't spoken to my parents in 15 years. I have a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old. I need this conversation today.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry you don't have like the support. Hopefully you have somebody else. But I mean, there's like nothing like your mom. I feel like
that's true. But also, I can say this: if I feel like the support can come, like this from is anywhere, not a family member. This is a really good friend of mine,
but like
she's my support. So I feel like sometimes, and this is like kind of off topic, but sometimes we get caught up in what we want and not what we need. If you need, and I'm not saying this is your situation, but I'm just saying that if you need the support, don't focus on where you're lacking. Focus on where you're packing.
What do I have?
Yeah, because you might have more people in your corner than you recognize.
Than you think you do,
but you just don't have those people that you're looking for. But people probably are there. They're probably there. You just are overlooking them because you're looking for somebody else.
Or you almost think like, oh, she's just my friend. I don't want to be weird and like ask her for this help because you're like, she's not like the kid's grandma or something like that. But I bet if they're your real friend, they're going to be there. I'm like, if she needed me to watch Holly because she needed to go take care of something or she was feeling some type of way or whatever, I'd be like, hell yeah, bring her over. Kids are going to love it. Like it doesn't always have to be grandma or...
You
not that you should drop your kid or whatever, but you know what I mean?
Support for sure. Someone said, how do you deal with parents trying to control everything?
I don't know. I don't have parents like that. So I have friends with parents like that. And it's something that has like manifested over their whole entire childhood. So it's very hard to break.
Yeah.
My parents always were like very much wanted me to be independent. Like I was making my own doctor's appointments. I was folding, like washing my own clothes.
In charge of your own shit.
Yeah, I was in charge of my own shit well before I was 18.
Yeah.
And my parents like were, they were like, you got it. Like
figure it out.
Figure it out. And that's how I'm going to be with my kids because I know that it made me like the person that I am today. But I think a lot of parents, and I think this happens to moms, and I think it goes back to like the postpartum depression, that some of the moms kind of come together and they're like, okay, I'm not just mom. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to do this. And they fly off, do their own thing. Some moms don't know how to disconnect, and all they know is that baby, and they don't know how to like let that baby go even when they're 20 years old. They have to control that kid.
Some parents who just can't step back.
Yeah, they have to have the control. So I don't know. Like I just think you need to set the boundaries.
Yeah, I think that. Well, thankfully, I've always had a mom who's always kind of been in the mindset of like, I'm the granny. I don't want to take care of her.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
want to be. Yeah,
I don't want to do. Yeah, I don't want to do your job.
Mm-hmm.
So when Holly came along, it was easy for me to kind of get advice from my mom, but to not feel like she was making me make a decision.
Yeah.
I definitely was influenced, but I mean, who's not influenced by their parents' emotions?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that was good for me, but I definitely do see parents that want to control. And I just feel like I would be like, listen, it depends on what your situation is. If you are still taking money from them and you still need them to drive you A and B and buy your baby
you
A,
might
B,
not
and
have
C,
a dog in the fight.
You might not have a leg in the race, right?
Yeah.
But if you're independent from them and they can't, here's my take on this. Just like we said before, all circling back, it does take a village to raise a child. But if one person in that village is causing discord, it's not going to work.
They got to go.
They got to be evicted. You can't have one fucking heathen running amok in the palace. You have to evict them because
they're gonna start to like infect the other people.
They spread a little virus and then they want to try to overthrow the goddamn king.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Like my mom will help me out and do everything, but she's never wants to parent them. She never steps over the, she'll discipline them the way I want them disciplined. I mean, she might like spoil them and give them a cupcake when I wouldn't give it to them.
As grandparents,
but she definitely doesn't like step over boundaries.
That person doesn't know if they want to be a troll or a fan. Now they're participating in the conversation.
Wait, you like us or no?
Right.
At a certain age, you want to drift off and do your own thing, but don't forget where you came from. I mean,
I don't know if I understand that.
I'm not sure if I understand that either. I want my kids to flap their wings and go.
I do.
I mean, they're 3 and 5. I'm just saying.
Don't forget where you came from, as in like don't forget the like morals I did for you and like the way I raised you and the respect I deserve as your mother. Mm-hmm. But if you want to forget this little fucking town and never come back and go live your big dreams, I'm
cool with it.
I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm definitely cool with it.
Yeah. I'm like my mom, I don't owe her nothing. She never asked me for nothing. She never guilt me. But if she needed something, I'd give it to her, hands down. No questions.
Yeah. I think it's very, I don't know. It's all a lot. Having a kid is a lot. I can't think of one aspect of my life that having a kid has not changed.
Yeah, 100%. Back to where we started. Sex is a big one that it changed, and it did. And I don't think people realize how like sex is a big thing.
But here's for me, I like to have sex. If I'm sad, fuck me. Happy, fuck me. If I need anything, fuck me. Like I like to have sex, but the thing is getting me to have sex.
You gotta have this right.
Because in my idea, it's like, yeah. But then when you want me to go on top and ride you, my knees just say, help me, help me.
Cracking and shit.
Yeah, like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, somebody said childhood trauma is real. I wish I could forget where I came from. Yeah, people don't think about that either. People are like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to look where you back. Came from. Yeah, sometimes you need gone.
Go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And the ones like saying, don't ever forget where you came from might have had a much different life than the ones saying that they want to forget where they came from. So you got to like think about it. Not everybody.
I don't want to forget where I came from, but I mean.
And like, I've been through shit, but yeah, I don't want to really forget. I wouldn't change a thing. It made me who I am, but that doesn't mean I don't want to like change the cycle and I want things to be different with my kids.
Be greater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Dude, the charcuterie board was very delicious.
Someone said her needs got a check engine light. Girl, you know it.
100%.
I was trying to answer some questions. Sorry. We should do rapid questions. Like the juicy ones. To end it off.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah.
What?
Ask a question. Oh, it was Joel who said the check engine light.
You know it, Joel. My fucking knees are fucking cracking.
Dude, he has had surgery on both knees. Don't be talking to him about knees.
Has he?
Yeah, he's all fucked up. Yeah, rapid questions. We'll be on for like, 5 more minutes?
If people have questions.
Yeah, if not, then we'll wrap it up.
I feel like people always want to know some really outrageous shit about me.
Are you going to tell them? Go ahead, ask her.
Did either of you BF?
I don't know what
What's
means.
that?
I don't know what that means.
BF. Take a guess. Back fart?
I was immediately thinking F was fart also.
I was thinking F was fart too.
Yeah, 100%. What kind of wine do we drink? We drink whatever. We don't know. We're not connoisseurs. We're drinking Moscato right now. Everybody wants to know that.
Breastfeeding.
I only breastfed my first kid for like 3 months. And pumped. I didn't even, And then the twins,
I could not breastfeed.
The twins, I didn't.
You didn't?
Not at all. They were already on
you
formula.
had to have one and one.
Well, yeah, that already sounds bad. But no, remember, I had to have like the transfusion and stuff. So I was like in ICU. I didn't even see the kids till the next day. And they were already on formula. So I was just like so exhausted at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I definitely wanted to breastfeed. And then I got an infection.
You had got the mastitis or
mastitis, yeah, whatever it's called.
Hella painful, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God, so fucking painful. Someone said, how do I get myself to enjoy oral? My boyfriend hates that I don't like it. You don't like oral?
That's brutal. I don't know. I think it's awesome. Sometimes I do want to be like, back up though, dude. You're run out of steam. I'm not going to want to do anything after this.
Oh, so. I hate that.
Yeah, where you're like, dude, stop. Like,
and
then you try to push them off and they're like, no.
Yeah,
you're like,
if
no.
I know it's over.
Yeah,
I don't want to fuck.
Exactly. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, you ran your course. You ran your race, friend.
Lauren, my twins are twin boys. And their names are Adonis and Mateo. And they're so cute, Donnie and Maddie.
And one of them looks just like her, and one of them looks just like the dad.
Yes, ma'am. Why do you both enjoy oral? What the fuck are you talking about? No, because it's fucking awesome.
No, why do you not enjoy oral? Talking to that girl.
Oh.
Yeah, someone said, why do you not enjoy oral? Is it trauma-induced?
Oh. Now you got me feeling bad, but I don't know how to read.
I don't know how to read. Sorry,
I was like, no, we do. We do enjoy it.
I love oral.
It's fucking awesome.
I love oral.
But I do sometimes, I'm like, I don't really want to. I'm trying to.
Fuck
yeah, exactly. I can't be doing all that. Is it a bad thing if you want to smoke just to take the edge off? No.
I am not against moms who smoke.
No.
Here's why.
No.
Some people will smoke a cigarette in the car with their kids.
My parents did, but it wasn't like a bad thing back then.
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's
I think I don't, and I'm probably gonna offend someone who's gonna be like, "Oh, to each his own." Yeah, to each his own. That's why it's my opinion.
It's not to each his own.
To each his own, and my opinion is smoking. Everyone knows I'm a smoker. Would I smoke out my kid? No. Would I smoke her out in the car? No. But then I see people who are just driving down the street, smoking a cigarette with the windows up, their kids in the back.
I think that's why I've asked.
Or people that get hella drunk with their kids around. I think that's worse. You get drunk and you don't know what the fuck.
Moms who smoke while pregnant? No. I mean, I wouldn't.
I would stay away from it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's like the worst thing in the world because I'm not a doctor, but I just wouldn't. It would be easy for me to not.
Not cigarettes.
Yeah. My twins are fraternal. What's something you both want to improve on as women? That's a good question.
I think I have a problem with, I don't know. I'm very blunt. I think that I can learn how to say things softer. Sometimes I don't think things are like offensive because it's just like, if it's true, it's true.
Yeah, it's like, it's true. Yeah.
But like, there's a way. Maybe all truth doesn't need to be said.
Yeah, for sure.
So
like
I need to.
Tact,
yeah.
be a little nicer.
Because I mean, like, but sometimes I don't even think I say. I think I have a personality where it's like, you have to know me to kind of know that, like, that's kind of like.
You might think like you're rude or something, and then.
I think people do, and then they're like, "Oh no, she's really nice.
Oh,
like,
she's not awesome. Yeah,
she's just a little crazy."
Yeah, I'd rather be known for being rude and telling the truth than being a liar. But
that's true.
That's just me.
It's true.
I think I'd like to work on my sister. I don't know if she's watching any of these, but I would like to work on being able to like admit when I'm wrong more.
Okay, so like awareness, accountability.
Yeah. I'd really like to, because sometimes I'm like too proud, or I've gone too deep into like an argument where like, and sometimes it's not even like that I'm wrong per se, but it's like just to like
appease the other person.
Yeah, like sometimes it's like it's not worth it. It's not worth being mad at my husband for 2 days when it's like, was it a big deal? I just wanted to be right.
We talked about that too.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Sometimes it's just like you kind of have to let your
Yeah,
even when sometimes I don't feel like I'm wrong and I just am
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I want to be able to do that more. My husband
I think
would
that's a
probably
good. I think everyone can probably work on that though. I think that there's sometimes like just because like you're two different people. Like I always tell Bar this, like just because you thought you said that nicely doesn't mean it came out nicely.
Right.
Same for me.
And same,
Just because I thought I said it, and then also you have to work on this. If I tell you like the way you said that was rude, you can't say no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like you have to take into accountability
how
that
I heard it.
I received it.
It hurt
rude.
my feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that can be hard when you're like, but no, that's not.
Yeah, but I'm like, I didn't fucking say it rude. So now I'm getting rude because I'm mad because you're telling me I'm being rude.
Right.
We're Aries. Our zodiac sign.
We are Aries.
Joel, shut up. I'm never wrong.
That's Joel?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to cuss his ass out.
You can.
You trolls really gotta get a better insult than I need to get another job. Like, send me a cash app and maybe I
so rude, dude.
Will, consider it. But if you're too broke to buy one for yourself, you should shut up.
Yes, we're trying to do this every Tuesday. I think we're gonna try and go live like every other Tuesday, and then we'll do like film stuff every other Tuesday.
Right.
We're not sure. We're honestly still trying to figure it out. Thank you guys for like riding through this with us. We'll have it figured out eventually.
Someone said it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, and I think I'm guilty of it, and then other people are guilty of it, and then I get mad, and like they don't understand why I'm mad. But I've also been in their shoes, so I think on both ends you need to be understanding.
It's definitely how you.
But like, you can't tell me that how I feel is wrong because that's how I feel. I felt that you said
everyone
it rude.
has like you gotta think we can go to the same party and tell two different accounts, even though like we never left each other's side. Right.
Two stories of how what went
down. We can have just because we're different people. So I think that like
we're gonna perceive
you have to understand that, especially when you're like, for instance, Bar comes from like we come from different lives.
Right.
He had to kind of like get it how he got it, and I was kind of like we were blessed to not have to do that.
Right.
So we have like we see the police different.
Mm-hmm.
If a cop stops you, pull the fuck over.
Yeah.
Present your license. Present your registration. He's like, fuck him. I'm gonna run. You know, like. So I'm trying to like, and we have that. Like for me, I'll wave to a cop. Hi. Like I don't feel. I grew up waving at fire trucks and visiting the fire station and visiting the police station. So to me, they were never. It wasn't until I got older and saw like police brutality that I realized that some cops don't do what the fuck they're supposed to do. But I never.
But you both have to be understanding of how you grew up and how you see it.
Sometimes we clash on simple things because we're just from two different worlds, kind of.
But you don't have to agree with everything. You just need to understand that that's how they saw it.
Right.
What do you do when your kid's father doesn't want to be involved, but his parents do?
Let them.
I would let them be involved. Yeah. Say fuck him and grandma and grandpa.
Because you can't be mad at them.
They can't control them.
Yeah, you can't be mad at them for what their child is doing. If their child doesn't want to, hopefully they didn't raise him like that. They're probably disappointed in that. If they want to be involved and he doesn't, that tells me that they didn't raise him to be a scum bucket, and that they're looking at him like. This is still our grandbaby. Yeah, we still wanna know our grandbaby. So I feel like,
Yeah. I would be devastated if one of the twins had a baby and they wanted nothing to do with it and the mom didn't let me see the baby. I'd be like, I can't control him, but I want to see my grandbaby.
Yeah.
As long as they were respectful and like wanted to do that,
I would too. I would allow it.
I would let them.
That all goes back to the support. That could be a wonderful support system for you.
They might be,
just because don't close them just because
he's
they're
a shitty
not.
Dad doesn't mean they're gonna be shitty grandparents.
Right. I agree. What does this say? Hi, I actually spoke to you before. We ain't talking about no damn racism. We ain't talking about no racism. That's another thing that had me depressed this year. Last year, I feel like I'm just getting out of a depression.
Yeah.
Last year was hard for
It was
me.
very hard.
With all like the racial stuff that was going on, the presidential stuff that was
That's
going
all
on.
that was you saw as soon as you went on
And then
Instagram.
there's like a lot of deaths. There was like a lot of natural disasters. We were pretty much on fire for like a long time.
Yes.
I
You couldn't go outside. The air was unbreathable.
My brain was all over the place.
Thank you for loving our wine rack. We took a long time picking it out.
Did we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we sent pictures. What do you mean, did we, bitch? What the fuck are you talking about? We sent. Well, we didn't know what we were gonna put back there. Honestly, we didn't take a long time picking out a shelf. We just didn't know what we were gonna put back there.
Yeah. Oh, how did you get over postpartum?
Honestly, I don't know. I did do counseling, and I really tried to like focus on like think about the things that I wanted just apart from being a mom. Like no part. I mean, I was gonna be a good mom. That's just. But that doesn't mean I couldn't be a good mom and also start a new career or do YouTube or go do whatever I wanted to do. Like whatever was gonna make me happy. When they went to bed, what was I gonna focus on? What was I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't really know the exact recipe, but
I don't know.
It might be different for everyone.
I don't think I realized I had it until I just went on.
Yeah.
I just knew for some reason I felt different, but like it wasn't an option to quit school. It wasn't an option to, like, I just barreled through it. And then I think like I had many breakdowns along the way, but I don't think I ever sat down and was like, I'm depressed and like this is why. I think it was just like, especially because I was on TV, I feel like I didn't want to show weakness because I felt like people would attack. Like especially when you admit that like you're having a hard time grasping. People like to act like they don't have any things in their life that go wrong, issues, but it's like I feel like if I would have said I was having a hard time grasping, people would have automatically been like, well, you were a stripper in Vegas, you probably don't know how to be a mom, like so I didn't feel like I could say that. Also, I felt like there is a taboo in the Black community, like you're not depressed, you just need to learn how to have a fucking baby and deal with the fact that you have a baby. Like there's no room for you to sit in your bed and lock yourself up and cry and like no,
you don't have time for that.
Who's gonna take care of your kid while you're doing all that? Like
don't be crying and wipe those tears.
I also think a part of me didn't realize postpartum. I was like, but I don't think I even realized that it was the thing until I just like I can't remember Holly. It was after Holly's first birthday when I moved out. When Bar and I had that apartment, and I moved back in with my mom, and I was just, now that I look back, I was just so depressed. Like I would always have like the windows, like when MTV was filming, they would open up the house. Like when they weren't there, I would have the windows closed, the curtains closed, lights off, like TV off sometimes. Like I was just like, I wouldn't go out. Now thinking it back on it, I was definitely depressed as fuck. And it took me to move back in with my mom and like really get theirs, like really piggyback off of their strength for me to get strength. Because I was,
and then like, them probably because you're not by yourself, so they're like noticing you're not acting, like the Ashley.
It was really hard for me. It was especially because also we had broke up. Bar and I had broke up, so then I was in a situation to where it was like, well, this nigga got me pregnant and lied.
I have to do this by myself.
He lied about everything he was gonna do for us, and now I'm here and I'm pregnant, looking stupid. This is not the life I wanted for myself. And then people like to tell you that when you have a kid, your life is over. They don't. I mean, you never hear. You can still go to school. You can still like.
You tell them you're going to, and they're like, good luck.
Yeah.
You're like.
Right. So I feel like, it was a lot and I just had to like regroup and kind of like go back to my parents and say like, I didn't do this right. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Like it was a humbling moment where I had to go back to my mom and admit like, I don't know what I'm doing and I really need help. And so after I had stayed there and graduated, I was able to like that's when I got that apartment over there, and now I have this house. And I think it was for the best, but I definitely had to. And also, like people don't think about this, but like sometimes you have to leave that nigga and go find yourself, maybe. Like when Bar and I broke up, a lot was going on, but for once, you got to think I was with a girl for 4 years.
Mhm.
So from like literally when I came back and I was like 10th grade to like 12th grade or whatever. No, like 9th grade to 12th grade or whatever, I was with her. And then when I turned 18 up until now, I've been with Bar. So it was never an opportunity for me to be me. For as long as I can remember, I was with someone.
Mhm.
And that someone was telling me, or I was trying to be who that someone wanted me to be because I was just young.
So when you guys broke up, it was like you got that chance. Like, no, I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
me.
So when I broke up with the girl the first time when I was in college, I was going to college. I was like feeling myself. I was like meeting friends. I was eating, different foods, everything like that. And then I got with Bar. And so then I was back on lockdown. And so then I had a baby. And so then I was really like not sure who I was.
Mhm.
And so then when we broke up, I was able to like, do me for once with a kid.
Yeah.
While having a kid. And so that put me in the mindset of like, oh, like you can still be,
You can do both.
yourself. Yeah. And I think that helped me. I think us dating and doing us kind of helped us.
Yeah. I think how you guys like navigated everything, it like all happened for a reason, and
I think it did.
it ended up the way it is now.
Oh, you included high school issues. Well, I've been with Bar pretty much since high school.
Yeah, since it ended.
Me and Bar had our first kiss in the 9th grade.
Because you guys like had crushes on each other, blah blah blah, and then like went away and like came back, right?
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true.
Well, she's not dating a girl. She dated a girl.
I don't care. Am I supposed to
She
be?
said questions.
Am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to cry about it?
See if there's any questions.
There's no questions.
Just hi. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, maybe there's some. Sorry. Oh, someone said I want another baby, but the dad does not want another baby.
It's tough.
I feel that way now. Bar wants a boy. I don't want a kid. I hated being. To be honest, I hated everything about being pregnant. It was terrible for me. I was overweight. I went from 102 to 200 pounds.
You were two Ashleys.
I was two of me. I hated it. Not to mention I was fighting with his mama, fighting with him, fighting with everybody. And I just hated it. I just couldn't. I hated every moment of being pregnant. Every moment of that pregnancy, I hated it.
But you never know. Every pregnancy is different.
I know.
You might love
but I don't want to do it again.
Second time. But yeah, it's like a risk. You have to think about it.
I'm going to block this person. Her and her man ugly. That's why she not. Her and her man look like two big ass Oompa Loompas. They can both barely fit in that goddamn picture. I don't know how the fuck they both got their fat asses in this goddamn profile picture.
In the little circle.
Cause yeah, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Oh, take a sip of your wine, dog.
I'm like I barely have any. You still have ice. Where's my ice?
Yes,
my tumbler is broken.
My tumbler's broken.
My tumbler's broken. I'm not keeping ice.
Yeah, no, I forget what
one
we
of
were
our
just
cups
talking
had one.
about.
Holly would love a sibling though.
Oh yeah. I don't want another kid. I hated it.
One day.
How was your pregnancies? Were all of them good?
No. Aria's I mean, I was sick till like 20 weeks with both of them. So that's what was depressing because I was like hella like I was losing weight, so I didn't feel like gross. And then like the last half, and then I lost the weight after, and then I gained the weight after I had the kids, and it was like the pregnancies. I mean, I was sick the whole like half the time, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I hate it.
I don't want another kid though.
I don't want another kid.
That's for sure.
I mean, I do want another kid, but I don't. Okay, a surrogate, I would do. I really don't want to go through another pregnancy. I don't know if I can handle it mentally. I know that sounds crazy, but like mentally for me,
Well, you
I
definitely
could have jumped
shouldn't
off
do
a
it
fucking bridge.
if you think about that. Like in 2 years, you might feel like I'm ready. And I don't think that way, and then that would be a good time.
As of now, when I think about it, it gives me stress. Like
I mean, me too. I would die.
It's not a vibe for me right now. Plus, when you think about it, when you have another kid, you have to like divvy it up. So now Holly will only have 50% of what she has, which isn't enough for me.
Yeah. I want one, but scared to get pregnant again. It seems stressful. Yeah. Once you have twins, you don't. I mean, there are people that have kids after having twins, but I'm not going to be one of them. I feel like it's more rare. No, sir.
But you know, Bar's mom is a twin.
Yeah, you told me that.
So he doesn't carry the gene, but wouldn't it be crazy if I had twins?
I mean, you'd have me there to guide you.
I'd be giving
through the
one
crazy.
to you.
Oh my god!
I'd be like, sorry, can I abort one?
Yeah, dude. When they stuck that shit up there for the ultrasound, right? 6 weeks.
Were you fucking almost fell out of your chair?
I'm like, I look at the screen because my daughter was only like 19. Well, she was 20 months old when I had the twins, so she wasn't even.
Right.
She had just turned 1.
She was brand new.
So I know what this shit looked like, and I'm like looking at the screen, and she's in there like moving the shit around, and I'm like, I hope the screen's broken because I saw 2 little circles like this. And I was just like, I didn't say anything because I was like, okay, she hasn't said anything. I'm just going to be quiet. And then she was like, oh, as soon as she said, oh my goodness, I was like, she said, I think there's 2 in there. And I would have fainted. I would have fainted right there. Like, no shit. Nick smiled like ear to ear and was like, ha! I mean, now he might rethink that. But at the time, he was like, sit, And I was just like, I wasn't happy. I was terrified, instantly terrified.
Girl, I would have.
And she said, "Oh, this is the room. I always diagnose twins. They're always diagnosed in this room." I said, "What the fuck you put me in here for? You should have put me in room 4 or whatever." Like, dude, I was, and I had I don't know. This has happened to people. I used to read like on like Reddits and shit like that. That this happened to a lot of people because I was just like, what? Like, I don't have no twin, is in my family or nothing. And they're fraternal, so that has nothing to do with the dad. That's like the mom spitting out 2 eggs. It has nothing to do with like the dad and the sperm splitting because they're not identical. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I don't have any. Like, why? This is crazy. But I read because I had a miscarriage, but the month before I had the twins, and I read that like that happens a lot when somebody has a miscarriage.
Oh wow!
That like their body like hyperovulates. Yeah.
Oh,
so.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had a miscarriage at like it was early, like real early, like 6-7 weeks, something like that. So the doctor at the ER had told me, oh, if you, obviously mentally, but because it was so early, like you could pretty much try whenever you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So we did like the next month and got 2 for 1.
Damn. Woo!
So I'm not saying I hope
it takes a twins, special person to have twins. It's trying.
How did it feel being pregnant with twins?
Why are there so many perverts?
Versus having 1. It didn't feel different. I was bigger with Aria than I was with the twins. No kidding. My stomach was bigger with just Aria. Yep. And they were over 6 pounds each, but I felt like pretty normal. It didn't feel no different besides like I could feel one move. Yeah, I pushed them both out.
So like
natural.
What happened?
I mean, I had an epidural, but
like was it like
so
did you have to
Donnie was on
push them both when one came to the other just go splat
so
out?
They told me they were like telling me, you probably have to have a C-section. I said, no, I already had 1 natural. So she's like, well, it depends on if baby A, which was Donnie, was head down. She's like, if he's head down, I'll let you try and push him out. But we had to do it in an OR because they were like ready to cut me open.
Mm-hmm.
So I push out Donnie and Maddie's foot. Nick said his foot was hanging out like little.
Ew.
Yeah. So they like pretty much just pulled. They like pulled and they're like, hey, don't push yet. And they like pulled him to where like they had his hands out and then just to his shoulders. And then I just had 1 push and he was like, yep.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it wasn't bad. Until after when I almost bled to death, but the birth was fine.
My cooch is shutting down.
Yeah, you can have a natural birth with twins. Just depends on how they're positioned. I was like really against having a C-section, just because I didn't have. If I'd had a C-section with Aria, I would have been like, well, just give me a C-section.
Well, now that I feel like.
Do you want to try and have the next one natural?
No.
You're just gonna. Yeah, I wouldn't if I had the C-section.
I mean, I feel like people like there are some people who are like, I want to feel all the pain. Listen,
no, you don't.
After I went through
Terrible.
All that
Because
I
you went through trying to push her
and
out.
I was
then
in labor.
still.
I was in hard labor, active labor for so long.
Yeah.
3 epidurals, and now you telling me I did all this
For
for
nothing?
nothing?
Now I got you gonna cut me?
I could have skipped all of this. Yeah, I'm skipping it. I
Yeah.
have 3 epidurals and laughing gas and some damn IV shit that they gave me.
Yeah.
None of it worked. All for them to cut me open at 9.5.
I'd be like, I already have a scar. You better cut me.
No, I'm scheduling the C-section and I'm just going to get it done that way. Also, I don't want to go back to Kaiser, and Kaiser is kind of one of the only hospitals I know that is a second chance. Because pretty much
they let you try and have
yeah,
it?
because pretty much once you have a C-section,
They usually want to keep it.
They usually want you to have a C-section.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
You can get more than 1 epidural. Yeah, I had 3. I had 3 epidurals.
Have you thought about water birth? Would you do water birth? I feel like I would do a home birth.
I do water.
I'm not having another birth, but I would do a home birth. I don't know about water birth.
Mm-mm.
You don't even like the water.
I mean, I feel like. Well, damn, that sounds dirty. I can't swim. Let's be very clear. Actually, I can swim, just not
like super well. Not like
My problem is I swim underwater. I don't swim like
you're
this.
not like this.
So I'm a pool swimmer because I can go from side to side, but like I
not
can't,
when there's waves and shit involved.
Yeah,
you don't want to be under there.
Put me on a boat with a life jacket and an escape boat on the boat.
Pain of the epidural. The epidural hurts because you're like usually trying to go in between a contraction. At least it was with me. You're like bent over all weird and you're in pain and it's like awkward. Basically, like, hold on.
Yeah, it's like you have to sit like crisscross applesauce, real still, and they're like, "Don't move," but you're
you could be having a contraction.
Yeah, it's very painful, and then like they don't work, and they tell you that they don't fuck your back up, but I think they fuck your back up because like my back,
not everybody's, but a lot of
my back is
that like your sciatic nerve
of a 50
one that goes up into your butt.
So,
yeah,
that lower back.
I think they accidentally hit that shit.
Sometimes. Girl, I'm telling you, that lower back shit. Mm-hmm. I need a new spine.
Yeah,
I need a new spine. It's not a joke, and I'm so young, and I need a new back.
A whole new back.
And
knees.
I mean, some people say it could have came from just carrying a baby, anyways, which might be true, but I feel like 3 epidurals definitely did.
Epidural probably was involved for sure.
So, can you feel the needle when you get epidural? Do I feel the needle?
Yeah, I felt the needle. I mean, it wasn't the needle itself wasn't bad. It was just like you're usually trying to do it in the middle of contraction, so it's like that trying to be like they're like stay still. I'm like, bitch, baby's trying to come out.
Right.
Somebody said, "Oh, this is scarring me even more for being pregnant."
She said my epidural had my body numb. What?
That's how Anthony said shit. My sister said she didn't feel a thing. Like after she got the epidural, she didn't feel no pain. I was like, mine did not work.
One leg.
Yeah, they fucked you up. They put in some nerve or
my
something.
epidural only numbed one side of my body. And not my whole body, just my leg. So it wasn't like, you know how they say like when you have the epidural, the reason why you can't get up when you have epidural is because like you can't feel your legs.
Right.
I could have very easily still walked.
Yeah.
I could have still walked through my whole labor, even though I had the epidural. Because it never. And then that girl, they gave me laughing gas. I could have laughed at that motherfucking ass.
Y'all didn't help at all.
I was like, girl, I'm not laughing because it's gas, bitch. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you for giving me this fucking. Give me the hard drugs. Give me the hard drugs. I'm having a baby here. Ooh, 7.5 centimeters. Damn.
At least they gave it to you. Some people they'd be like, sorry, you're too far, not getting one.
They didn't want to give me one because I went into the hospital at 2.5 centimeters dilated.
They don't want to give you one because it was too early?
It was too early, but I was in so much pain.
No, I tried to go in and I was 4 and they said, go for a walk. We'll see you at 5. Swear to God. I thought it was a Navy hospital. I don't know. They might. I was in so much pain,
but they were gonna send me home, but I had preeclampsia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what my blood pressure was too high.
They were like, "Damn, we gotta keep this fit."
Yeah, because I didn't want to go because I was like, I want to eat. I want to do everything I want to do. I don't want to be in the hospital. So, but I was in so much pain. I was feeling dizzy. I was feeling sick.
Yeah.
So I knew I needed to go, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't send you home." But they're like, "We usually don't keep you unless you're 4 centimeters." But they couldn't send me home because my blood pressure was really, really high.
I'm like,
that's ultimately why I ended up having the C-section because shit levels were like fluctuating unsafely, and they were like, "We gotta do this now." Otherwise, I think I would have waited and tried to push again. Well, tried to push the first time.
Okay. having kids. Are you ready to wrap up?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Anyways, point being, don't have kids.
Then your sex life won't get fucked up.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, but back to the main point of this live. We were reaching on the topic of kids and sex and marriage. My best advice, and then you can give yours so we can wrap it up, would be to literally schedule time to have grown-up time. Literally, like, schedule it. Put it in your calendar. Make the time. Make the plan. Do everything you gotta do. Put that fucking kid to bed early. Don't give a fuck about how they feel. Don't even let them take a nap. Just put them in the fucking bed and go get you some. That's my advice.
Mine would be to just probably have the conversation with like your man about how we were saying like, look, this is what I need.
Right.
It's not always about just like, hey, let's go. You know, hey, maybe I want us to like hang out and like unwind first and talk about our day, and then maybe we go there. It's like, damn, as soon as the kids go to bed, you be poking at me and shit.
Right,
like,
poking at my fucking
sometimes
back.
I just want to be like, I just want to like hang out with you, and then it like gets to that, you know. But they sometimes don't think like that.
Yeah.
So I think being able to like be open, and best rule is lock your door.
Yeah. So communicate and literally be selfish and set aside that time. You know, maybe get a sitter, drop them at their grandparents, or put them to bed at 8 instead of 9. You know, and do what you gotta do.
You don't even need to like go anywhere. You could do that.
Yeah, you don't even have to go anywhere. It's COVID.
You could
order
DoorDash,
taken, cook for him, or have him cook for you, or you know, you guys both cook for each other, whatever you guys do in your own household. But literally sit down and take the time out to make it important. Otherwise, you'll just probably keep going. Yeah, lacking. And that's how you get dry cooch. Yes. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Yep. Right. Bye. And I'm going to save this live.
Okay. Are you going to put on anything?
I am. I'm going to save it for sure.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Share to IGTV.